title rematch. Okay, yeah, it was in the Superdome. Right, in the Superdome over the years, like every year, car shows, food shows, events such as motorcycle racing, demolition derby, monster truck events, WrestleMania, music concerts. Second level, American flag and the white tent. Take a look to your right. That is a tribute to the veterans of the Vietnam War. Next door to the Superdome is another stadium, but it's out of view. It is known as the Smoothie King Center. Smoothie King is a New Orleans headquartered smoothie restaurant. So they're the corporate sponsor of the smallest stadium, which opened in 1999. Seats about 18,000 people in primary use. Home games of our basketball team in New Orleans. Other sport events as well, but mostly music I can't think of any more bigger names today as far as entertainment than him. And he's been either as the Beatles, and with Wings, and on his own. He has been to New Orleans probably a dozen times. He has a great love for that. In fact, if you're a James Bond fan, you remember the 1970 release of Live and Let Die, who did the soundtrack for that movie? Paul McCartney. And he spent 6 months in New Orleans during the recording, and a good chunk of that movie was filmed here in New Orleans as well. Those two stadiums, the arena, which you can't see, are in the Superdome owned and operated by the state of Louisiana. Now, as far as the Superdome is concerned, you cannot go inside. Doors are locked. Tours are not available, but even on the outside, the stadium is quite impressive. And the hotel associated with the Superdome is around the corner to your right on Loyola Avenue. It is known as the Regency Hotel, one of the largest hotels in the city. A block away on the right, we have our next stop for the Superdome area, this part of downtown New Orleans. That's stop number 8. Does anybody plan to exit stop number 8? Show of hands, please. Alright, looks like we're good. No one for stop number 8. Oh wait, I forgot to tell you, the most important attractions of stop number 8 include a Dave & Buster's, a Chick-fil-A, and a Hearst Donuts. Who wants a donut? They're really good.
I wish
okay, no takers. All right, no one for stop number 8. Civic amenities for the city walls closest to stop number 8 as well. As 3 blocks to your left, we have our downtown library, the main branch of our library system. This building to your immediate left is our civil courts building. Next door is our city hall. I hope no one has to go to city hall, because if you do, it will not be a pleasant experience. And then on the other side of our Mike Beach Hotel to your right is our downtown post office. And next to the post office is our train station, where Amtrak has daily service between New Orleans and New York, and daily service between New Orleans and Chicago. 3 trains a week between New Orleans and Los Angeles. And the reason why service has been reestablished twice daily between New Orleans and Mobile, Alabama, servicing the Mississippi Gulf Coast. So again, stop at number 8. Basically the Superdome stops, High-Green-Sea, and City Hall. And Hearst Donuts, of course. Alright, looks like we're good, Dimitri. No one for stop number 8. If there's no one to pick up at stop number 8, we're good, we're good. Well, Dimitri, I'll give you anyway. I'm going to give you an updated magic number. Let's let it go at about 6 to 7. See the dome? White stone columns? Very important landmark building. We're going to lose the sight of it, and then it will reappear. But that is a very important unusual landmark on New Orleans. I'll tell you about our architecture. That's probably the top 10 landmarks in New Orleans. Built in 1921, 23 stories tall. When built, was by Ford, was the Bernier Bank building. A very prominent New Orleans headquartered bank. Built, like I said, 1921. For 40 years, served as well as the tallest building in the city of New Orleans. And it was a dominant landmark across the downtown skyline. Alright, looks like we're good to go. Our Bernier Bank does not exist anymore, as probably in your hometown. The permanent local bank has been bought out by the big boys. So Harvard Bank bought out years ago by Capital One Bank. So it serves as a luxury condominiums today. Old Capital here. American Bank also in the 1820s. White Chase Bank luxury apartments today. Those children on and those are today on Carolina Lund Street. During the 1920s, other financial institutions located their headquarters on Carolina Lund Street, therefore referred to as Bankers Row. So if you look to from this angle over here and see where all our money was going back 100 years. Turning right is St. Paul Street, going back to the time after Louisiana Purchase, formerly residential, and the home of many of the Americans that came here from the Northeast and what was for the new American city of New Orleans. And again, the Americans didn't want to be with the Creoles and the French Quarter, so they settled on the upriver side of Porter Street, where we are right now. There is a landmark building around the corner known as Gallier Hall. And bleachers are being set up right now for
this looks like a fusion of Columbia and Myrtle Beach.
As St. Charles is part of the road of many of our parades. That is in front of Gallier Hall, a former city hall in New Orleans built in the 1850s. National Historic Landmark is built today, and for 100 years was our city hall. It's named in honor of its architect, Irish-born, New Orleans career architect James Gallier. So do wrinkle levels and show your right, which is also the site of our inauguration party as we have a new mayor being sworn on Monday. This activity to be a part of Black and Square, part of those activities as we have a new mayor. Ellen Moreno.
Today is January 10th, 2026.
Well, like this is our next stop in the next block. So, anybody that stopped at my 9? Looks like we get here. This may impact our route with this stop for the next few days because this big event going on here. So keep in mind, with Mardi Gras coming up and new mayor and everything else, so expect surprises. Just like we don't. We don't know things happen until they happen.
There, he's got glue on the back of his shed.
Things shut things down and we don't find out until you do. Now, he's going back to over 200 years ago when the Americans arrived here by the thousands. Almost all were Catholic. Look to your left, built in 1840, St. Patrick's Catholic Church. It's a block away on Camp Street, one of the few American-built Catholic churches. And we have many Americans arriving here from the Northeast into the great city of Baltimore, and they built in Walls, the famous row house of Baltimore. Look to your left at the corner, the only surviving full-block row house built in 1840. This is Junior Street, known as Junior Road. Luxury condominium today, also known as the Street. And the next cross street is also his facing living in as it pertains to favorite. This is St. Joseph Street. Now, we have no stone here in South Louisiana. How did this stone get here to pave our street? Well, first of all, it came from the Northeast on flatboats that arrived here in New Orleans daily for decades between the 1820s and 1860s, serving as the counterweights or ballast of those flatboats and sold to the city. By the decades that worked these flatboats. Old transformed ports, wood boats, and with one-time use only wood boat going carefully river going downriver, where the wood was sold to homeowners to build houses, and it's board houses, and the counterweights you just saw were those stone blocks. During that time frame, there were many young men that came to New Orleans daily for decades doing this very hard work, and there was one young man in particular that came to New Orleans twice as a decade from a small town in Illinois, once at age 19, at age 26, and that young man's name was Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln.
And we have here in is one of the city's few rare, true stone buildings. Built originally as a library in the 1880s, it's made of Massachusetts sandstone. Today, the home of the Art Museum of Southern Art, where this art museum specializes in artists from the South and Southern artwork. The architect of this landmark building on your left, Henry Hobson Richardson, where he would, all the buildings he designed such as this one would be blocks of stone in different sizes put together like a jigsaw.